Hello and welcome to Business 360. I'm Archana Solanki. Here are the headlines we're tracking this evening. A late rally lifts Dalal-Street. Sensex gains nearly 600 points, moving closer to 82,000. Financial stocks lead the rally. DMart owner Avenue Supermarts feels the quick commerce heat as earnings miss street. Revenue growth slows in the second quarter while margins dip. Leading analysts trim their growth forecast. The stock slips over 8% in trade.
AI is going to be applied to technology landscapes. We are actually going to see more jobs. Jobs of the past will go away. Significantly more number of jobs of the future will be created.
Cognizant CEO Ravi Kumar is betting big on artificial intelligence, calls AI an equaliser that will also create more jobs. He is also upbeat on the client spending after closing 70 large deals last year. That's an exclusive. Debt-ridden MTNL will not be allowed to shut shop, say government sources. A revival plan is likely to be worked out as the government believes initiating bankruptcy proceedings will not set the right precedent for PSUs. That's an exclusive. Maharashtra Govt announces a slew of decisions ahead of the Election Commission announcing poll dates for the state. Exempts cars, SUVs and small trucks from fees at 5 toll booths for entry into Mumbai. Also decides to name Maharashtra State Skills University after the late industrialist Ratan Tata, who died last week. Air India flight from Mumbai to New York diverted to Delhi after a bomb scare. 2 Indigo flights flying from Mumbai to Muscat and Jeddah also received bomb threats, causing disruption to hundreds of passengers. At least 3 people killed after Israeli jets found tents housing displaced people near central Gaza's Al-Aqsa hospital. Airstrikes on a school sheltering displaced Palestinians kill at least 20, including children. Hezbollah targets an Israeli naval base near Haifa. This comes a day after 4 IDF soldiers killed after a Hezbollah drone attack on an army camp in central Israel. Beijing starts a new round of military drills around Taiwan days after its president said that China has no right to represent the island. China, which considers Taiwan as its own, warned that the drills were a stern warning to the separatist acts of independence forces.
You begin to look at the number of unicorns created. It's the most fast-growing area in the world. Your IPO market is now 17% of the world's IPOs.
Former CISCO CEO John Chambers is upbeat on India's startup ecosystem and the IPO market. The US-India Strategic Partnership Forum hosts the Indian Leadership Summit to bolster the relationship between both nations. All right, let's start with the market action. A late rally on the Dalal-Street lifted sentiment after range-bound trade for large parts of the day. Sensex gained nearly 600 points to move closer to the 82,000 mark. The Nifty gained over 150 points as it reclaimed the 25,100 level. Mid-caps marginally underperformed the blue chips, but financial stocks saw strong buying with the Nifty Bank Index gaining over 600 points. India's wholesale inflation increased to over 1.8% in September on the back of costlier food items. Meanwhile, the other 2 major groups, fuel and power and manufactured products, witnessed a month-on-month decline in prices. Wholesale inflation in August had hit a 4-month low of 1.3%. Wipro's share surged 4% after the company said that its board would consider a proposal to issue bonus shares. The tech giant's board will also announce its results for the second quarter on Thursday following its board meet. This will be the first instance of bonus shares that Wipro will be considering after 2019. Shares of DMart owner Avenue Supermarts slumped in today's trade. This after brokerages turned bearish on the stock following weak second quarter earnings. The company reported a lower than expected revenue of 14,444 crore rupees in Q2, while its margins dipped to 7.6%. The retailer said it can clearly see the impact of online grocery sales on the business of large metro DMart stores. On to a CNBC TV18 exclusive. Debt-ridden MTNL will not be allowed to shut shop. Government sources have told CNBC TV18 that a revival plan is likely to be worked out. The stock gained in trade today following the news. Sapna Das has more on the beleaguered telecom company's road to revival. Sapna.
That's right. The indications within the government circles is the fact that MTNL should continue as a going concern. This is what the buzz is within the government circles. and heading towards NCLT is not the best option. It may not set a good precedent for the other PSUs. So keeping all of this in mind, it's likely that some kind of a revival / rescue package could be in the works. Now, we are aware of the fact that there is a committee of secretaries which has been looking at the MTNL issue in great detail. No lifeline as such has been worked out yet for the beleaguered telecom player. However, the way things are with this kind of messaging that not going to NCLT, not shutting shop, and that will not set a good precedent for the other PSUs. Maybe a revival package may be in the works. So all of this very clearly indicates that the government will try and keep MTNL as a going concern. Having said that, a couple of issues that need to be sorted out very quickly. One is that, maybe in the long run, somewhere around 7,000 to 8,000 crores is the kind of infusion that may be required, but that's more long term. As of now, the concern is how to get the company back on its feet and what is to be done about the accounts which have been declared NPA. So I think something on those lines may be in the works, but we'll have to wait and watch and see what is it that the government finally decides, short term and long term.
Thank you, Sapna, for that. Power Secretary Pankaj Agarwal has reiterated the government's commitment to power coupling mechanism. Speaking to reporters in Delhi, Agarwal said that power coupling mechanism is in process, but shared no details on the timeline of its implementation. The Power Secretary's comments weighed on shares of Indian Energy Exchange. This as market analysts believe that market coupling, which aggregates bids to enable uniform pricing, poses a risk to IEX and its dominant market share in the collective transaction space. Take a look.
What the status on the power coupling, sir? So
no, that's on.
That's on.
Yeah.
Okay, so the government is committed.
Committed.
Onto the aviation space, aircraft lessor Aviator ML has filed an insolvency plea against SpiceJet in the NCLT. The lessor claimed that the airlines owed 59 crore rupees relating to a lease agreement for Boeing 737 aircraft. However, the tribunal refused to issue a notice to the airline as it is yet to respond to the lessor's demand notice. NCLT will hear the matter again on the 11th of November. 3 international flights departing from Mumbai were disrupted due to a bomb scare today. Air India flight from Mumbai to New York was diverted to Delhi after a bomb threat. Air India has said that the flight will not depart for New York tomorrow and passengers will be provided overnight accommodation in Delhi. 2 Indigo flights flying from Mumbai to Muscat and Jeddah also received bomb threats, causing disruption to hundreds of passengers. CM President Shailesh Chandra has said that passenger vehicle sales in September crossed the 10 lakh mark for the second time in a row. This after the data showed that PV sales dipped by 1% owing to a higher base last year and heavy rain. Meanwhile, the 2- and 3-wheeler segment saw a big jump in sales. Both are up nearly 16% and 7% respectively. The Central Consumer Protection Authority has directed Ola cabs to allow users the option to choose between receiving funds directly to their bank account or via a coupon. Ola has also instructed to provide consumers with a bill, receipt or invoice for rides booked through its platform. The directive is aimed at enhancing consumer rights and service transparency. The big newsmaker, Cognizant CEO Ravi Kumar is betting big on artificial intelligence. Speaking to Shireen Bhan, Kumar said that AI will be an equaliser that will create more jobs for the future. He's also upbeat on the client spending after closing 17 large deals last year.
If somebody said this is what I would get at the end of 20 months, I would take it. I had broadly set up 3 goals. One, to simplify our operations. So we've done an extremely good job of simplifying it. The second is to create commercial momentum. And over the last 18 to 20 months, we've created some amazing commercial momentum with large deals. Last year, we closed 17 large deals, more than $100 million. And for the first half of this year, till Q2, we closed 13 of them. So we're in a good spot there. We've got our clients back. The mojo of the company is back in the market. We're winning. And I do think that we are progressing well to be in the winner's circle, which is where this company deserves to be.
What's the sense that you get about being able to amplify on the commercial momentum that you have now got?
Normally, for the change we are anticipating in AI, we should have seen a capex cycle trigger off.
Yeah.
That didn't trigger off because there was uncertainty. So smarter players, what they're really doing, and we have applied that template, is the ability to take cost out, the ability to have high productivity, the ability to give a value proposition for consolidation, use those savings and underwrite it for change. I mean, that's what we have done.
Right.
And that has enabled clients to not trigger the capex cycles, but also invest in the future.
But do you feel the need to take more costs out? And do you have the ability, for instance, to take more costs out?
With the advent of AI, which is uniquely different, because what AI is doing is not just impacting workers at the bottom of the pyramid, but also impacting knowledge workers. As AI will increase the productivity, I do believe technology spend will actually increase, because that same elasticity is there. And as you deploy technology at a lower cost, it will actually lead to higher technology
But where are
spend.
we on that cycle? You know, the AI capex cycle that you talk about, and of course the current environment. Very early?
Very early. We have, in Q2, we spoke about roughly around 750 projects, which we are doing. They all are in an early stage. Only 10% of them cross the finishing line. But as this technology advances, as this technology improves, you're going to see more getting to the finishing line. As more get to the finishing line, what's really going to happen is there's going to be disruption in enterprise landscapes. That will lead to more spend. Equally, our own operating model is changing. I mean, for a software developer, 30% of the effort can actually be written by machines, which then means that you need less people to do more work, which then also means that if there is elasticity for spend, you're going to actually see more.
You know, and I think that is the hub of the current discussion. What is it going to mean as far as jobs are concerned? This has been a job-creating sector. Do you believe that we're going to start to see a significant reduction in the number of people that this sector is going to hire, that India's IT sector is going to hire? What does that mean over the next 2 years?
Shireen, I've been a strong believer on the other side. I've been optimistic that as AI is going to be applied to technology landscapes, we are actually going to see more jobs. Jobs of the past will go away. Significantly more number of jobs of the future will be created. The gap within an occupation and the gap between occupations is going to shrink. Entry barriers to good jobs is actually going to go away. AI is going to be an equalizer.
AI is going to be an equalizer. Artificial intelligence has become more than just a buzzword. It's become an area of serious resource allocation as well, from manpower to man-hours to mammoth war chests. Recently, Google and Nvidia have committed to doubling down on their AI investments in India. But CNBC TV18's Jude Sannett spoke to some of the stakeholders in India's AI revolution and reports that India's talent pool may take a while to get AI ready.
What we'd like to do this time with AI is make sure, both in terms of discovering new interventions for nutrition or vaccines or drugs, and helping give people health advice.
AI is going to change everything. From every sector to every country, there will be applications that will completely change how we do things today.
We believe agent AI, agentic AI, is the most important technology in the enterprise and in the business world. In contrast to chatbots and co-pilots where they simply assist you, we now have AI agents that can work with you and take action on your behalf.
Everyone's talking about AI, and expectations from India are high when it comes to fueling and accelerating this revolution. So is the money flowing into ramping up India's AI capabilities.
Talking about India, it's going to completely leapfrog some of the things that US and Europe have been doing in technology side of these industries for a long time. Take healthcare, defense, manufacturing, right? India has not been touched by technology too much in these sectors. And I think what AI has shown and what it can do, I think will completely leapfrog, I think, rest of the world, and we'll be able to build real applications for billions of people in India in these industries.
Even Google's Sundar Pichai and Nvidia's Jensen Huang have accepted the invitation to India's AI party. But the big challenge, experts say, may not be money or technology, but a talent pool that can slingshot the AI movement to the next level. A report by NASSCOM says India's AI talent pool is projected to grow from present-day numbers of between 600,000 to 650,000 to over 1.25 million by 2027. While this is a growth rate of 15% CAGR, it still isn't as rapid as India's AI market growth, which is projected to grow at 25 to 35% in this period.
We really need to make sure that we come together as teams, be it from the industry, academia and the government, to make sure that our talent that comes out of universities have the right level of knowledge so that they can come in and really work on those real-life problems.
The Indian government acknowledges this. Budget 2024 allocated 2,550 crore rupees to set up 3 AI centers of excellence to ensure India is part of the global AI discourse. Further, the National AI Mission and National Supercomputing Mission have been designed to create a skilled AI-ready workforce. The private sector is also chipping in. For instance, SAP Labs India has doubled its AI talent pool as it deploys its AI co-pilot Joule across its talent base. And Zoho Corp is intensively skilling its talent in the area of AI language models.
I always have believed that it's a job of entrepreneurs, it's a job of companies to create those skills. Not just say that we want somehow ready-made skills from the market, but go and actively invest in skill, talent creation, talent nurturing, all of that. That's what we do. Same thing we do in AI too.
The urgency is palpable. India is home to more than 100 Gen AI startups, and the number is growing by the week. There's no stopping global tech majors from investing big in India's AI potential. Just last week, Cisco announced a $1 billion global AI fund, even as Chairman and CEO Chuck Robbins acknowledged the country's startup boom. All that's left now is for India's widely available human capital to get more AI ready. After all, our AI story may have only just begun. In Chennai, this is Jude Sanath.
Right, time for a short break. Coming up next, Maharashtra government announces a slew of decisions ahead of the Election Commission announcing election dates for the state. More details when we return. Welcome back. You're watching Business 360. Ahead of the assembly elections in Maharashtra, Chief Minister Eknath Shinde has announced a complete waiver of toll fees for light motor vehicles at all 5 toll plazas entering Mumbai. The exemption applies to cars, SUVs and small trucks entering into Mumbai from toll booths at Dahisar, Mulund, Vashi, Airoli and Tinhat Naka. It will take effect from midnight. Tonight, the state government's contract with toll collecting companies is set to expire in 2026. However, compensating them for these exemptions will likely cost the state exchequer 5,000 crore rupees. The move comes at a time when Maharashtra is ready. It's already grappling with high fiscal deficit, but this has not stopped the state government from announcing a slew of schemes and projects in the lead up to the assembly elections. My colleague Santya Gora is here with more on the state's finances. Santya.
So the Maharashtra government is rapidly clearing projects and announcing welfare schemes just ahead of the elections, despite the state's ongoing cash crunch. Just today, in what is possibly the last cabinet meeting before elections, the state government cleared a toll waiver in Mumbai, second leg of the Pune Metro project and the Daman-Ganga river linking projects. All this is likely to cost the state exchequer 18,000 crore rupees. The ruling coalition, including Eknath Shinde's Shiv Sena, BJP and Ajit Pawar's NCP, are continually introducing schemes designed to secure political gains or provide subsidies despite objections from the state's finance department. First, let's take a look at the key schemes. One of the most prominent is the Ladki Bahin scheme, which will cost the state exchequer 46,000 crore rupees annually. Under the Ladka Bhau Yojana, a program offering internships and stipends to unemployed men, the government will spend 5,600 crore rupees. The provision of free electricity to agricultural pumps will add 14,000 crore rupees to the state's expenditure. These and similar schemes will cost a total of 96,000 crore rupees. The government is also clearing several major infrastructural projects. The Orange Gate Marine Drive tunnel will cost 9,158 crore rupees. The Thane-Borivali tunnel, 18,800 crore rupees. And the Thane Circular Metro Rail project, 12,200 crore rupees. Additionally, the cabinet approved a 20,000 crore rupees cost escalation for the Pune Ring Road project. The state also announced a subsidy of 50 rupees per day for desi cows registered in Gaushalas, costing the government 230 crore rupees. Now, why is this situation worrisome even for a state like Maharashtra? The financial burden of these schemes could destabilize the state's budget and affect its ability to secure new loans. The Finance Department has repeatedly warned that Maharashtra has already surpassed the fiscal deficit limit of 3% of its gross state domestic product, which stands at 42.7 lakh crore rupees. The fiscal deficit has already reached 2 lakh crore rupees for 2024-25. Compared to 1.10 lakh crore rupees in June when the state's budget was presented. This figure has nearly doubled in less than 4 months. According to the Fiscal Policy and Budget Management Act, the state cannot raise more than 3% of its GSDP in debt, which equates to 1.28 lakh crore rupees. The mounting burden from these schemes and projects will make it challenging for the state to manage its fiscal deficit.
Right, thank you, Sandhya, for that comprehensive update. Moving on, President's rule has been revoked in Jammu and Kashmir after nearly 6 years of its implementation. The move clears the way for the formation of new government in the Union Territory. The National Conference and Congress Alliance staked claim to form the government after securing a majority in the recent elections. However, the date for swearing-in ceremony is yet to be announced. NC Chief Farooq Abdullah has said that the new government's first priority will be the restoration of Jammu and Kashmir's statehood. The Bahraich district in Uttar Pradesh is on edge after communal clashes. The police have imposed a curfew and mobile internet has been shut down to bring the situation under control. Several shops and public establishments were set on fire by rampaging mobs. All this after a 22-year-old died in an alleged communal clash. On Sunday evening, some locals reportedly asked for music to be turned off as a Durga idol procession passed through a Muslim neighborhood. Police say a heated argument escalated into clashes and stone pelting took place between two groups. The Delhi government has issued an order imposing a complete ban on firecrackers until the 1st of January. The Delhi Pollution Control Committee has also banned the manufacturing, storage and selling of firecrackers, including delivery through online marketing platforms. The committee also said that the Delhi police has been directed to implement these directions. And with that, it's a wrap on this edition of Business 360. More news and updates continue right here on CNBC TV18.